Konnichiwa, imagination connoisseurs. I'm Lana, and this is Lana Yuen Reviews, exclusively on the Burn Network. You have been selected for today's review on Battle Royale. Congratulations! Don't even think about clicking away, or your necklace will activate and you will explode. Today we are looking at Japanese horror, thriller, action classic from 2000, Battle Royale. I had never heard of this movie until it was recommended to me for this channel. I did a quick Google search and found that it seemed strangely familiar. I found out it was actually based on a novel, turned into a manga, and turned into a film that became a cultural and controversial phenomenon. Battle Royale stars a doe-eyed Tatsuya Fujiwara as Boy 15 Shuya Nanahara and Aki Maeda as his schoolgirl crush. And I'm not sure why I'm mentioning them, because honestly, the best performances came from Takeshi Kitano as the teacher, Chiaki Kuriyama as Chikusa, and Masanobu Ando as our psychopathic heartthrob Kazuo Kiriyama. It all starts when a troublesome 9th grade class is whisked away on a routine field trip to a remote island in the middle of nowhere. They soon learn they've been selected by the government to compete in a no-holds-barred, battle to the death, aptly named Battle Royale. Allegiances are made, friends become enemies, necks explode, crotches get stabbed. It's freshman year all over again. And before we begin today's lesson, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen it yet, come see me after class. Now let's see if this classic makes the grade. While the concept of teens viciously killing each other in a bloody free-for-all sounds a little kind of wrong, maybe, I didn't expect to find it so deep and thought-provoking. It's actually similar to other classic man-hunting man films we've seen, like Surviving the Game, The Running Man, Rambo: First Blood, and most recently, Netflix's Squid Game. Very similar. While violence got all of the attention in the media, it's really the social clique's reactions to the brutality of their shared experience that makes it really memorable, like any smart science fiction film. What makes this particular brand of violence feel so fresh is how chaotic and messy it is. These are not trained experts in warfare. They're students, they're teens, they've never held a gun in their lives. The violence feels less choreographed and more like something the actors made up on the spot when the director yelled action. Take, for example, The Girls in the Lighthouse. It's an innocent, jovial scene as these classmates are making lunch together, until it isn't. In an instant, the girls turn on each other, spraying bullets, diving between chairs and under tables, screaming at each other and grasping at whatever they can to survive. It's very messy. But amidst the chaos, I really felt invested in each character and their strategy for survival. Whether they were allying with friends, staying hidden in the shadows, going lone wolf, or even attempting to take down the system itself. It really makes you wonder how you would handle the situation if it were you. Some even decided not to handle it at all. One couple just walks right off a cliff. Fuck it. Let's talk about the characters. The villains were absolutely savage. Anime hair guy was a big cliche, but I liked it. And Kitano, their teacher, exacting his revenge against the youth, was a standout for sure. Heads and shoulders above the good guys. Kiriyama, the strong, silent, brooding, murderous type, is one sick motherfucker. His entire character is on display in a single moment. After he mows down some of the students pleading for peace, holds a megaphone to them as he's pumping them full of lead so he can project their screams far and wide. What the actual fuck? Kitano, on the flip side, is a man with all the power and nothing to lose. And yet, he's a man who stops to breathe in the morning air, to nibble on a homemade cookie, to lend an umbrella to a girl in the pouring rain. What a gentleman. The orchestral themes complement the chaos so poetically. The opening title sequence is so epic and really sets the tone for this bloody massacre. Yet, the classical music plays over the speakers each morning as the names of the slain students are announced. And let's not forget that distinct villainous theme that plays every time Kiriyama is on screen. Not since Darth Vader has the theme for a baddie fit so perfectly. Also, a special shout out to the end credit song. I never knew there was a Japanese version of the Bare Naked Ladies. So, yay! Much like the death scenes, the friendships come off as overly sappy and melodramatic, especially when they're revealing their secret hidden crushes and saying their final goodbyes. Much like a soap opera, they just keel over and die in the most comical fashion. While I would have liked to see even more than the 12 students we focused on, we do only have 2 hours to kill 42 kids, so I get it. But I feel like this would have been even better suited to a live action series or maybe an anime? I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we get to send another class to that remote island real soon. Truthfully, the only negative I found was I felt the pacing was a little bit off, mostly thanks to some ill-timed flashbacks, especially one where they keep revisiting this high school basketball game over and over. It just seems strangely disjointed in an otherwise peculiar masterpiece. Then my 4K Steelbook arrived, and I realized I had not seen the theatrical cut. I had seen the director's cut special edition. It was not special in a good way. After throwing in the Blu-ray, like magic, all of those awkward flashbacks just disappeared and the pacing was perfect. The whole film was leaner, meaner, and just overall better. So if you're interested in a Japanese action thriller, Battle Royale is a must-see. It is funnier than it should be, sweeter than it should be, and so full of unrelenting carnage. It's a real winner. Even though Battle Royale has inspired others like it, it is still a masterpiece of Japanese cinema that imitators just can't top. What are your thoughts on Battle Royale? Did you see it back in the day? Have you seen the special edition? If you have, does it add or does it take away from the movie overall? I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't seen Battle Royale, don't walk to see it. Run. Ta-da! It's fine, I did this like 10 times before this. Each student and their unique just took a long wop. Are you recording right now? Tell me the truth! Ill-timed flashbacks, snap back. That sounds like I'm selling it. Buy my soup. And this is Lana Yuen Reviews. I have an eyelash in my eye.